welcome to Stacking the Shelves for the last 4-ish weeks. I actually don't even know. I've had a crazy last month, but I did want to go ahead and do a Stacking the Shelves because the majority of these books are from my birthday. They're gifts for my birthday, and they're actually paper books, which I know I don't have a lot of. So in total, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 books to go through. So I'm just going to go start going through them. I'm trying to do this between a couple other things so anyways, all right. The first one I want to talk about is Thornhedge by T. Kingfisher. I did get this for review. This is already out now. It came out August 15th and I already read it. I liked it, but I didn't love it. It is a very nice like fairy tale retelling, kind of ironic, twisty fairy tale retelling. But it also wasn't, I don't think it was Kingfisher's best like fairy tale retelling. I liked her last two ones a lot more. I think one was the Raven and the Reindeer, and then Nettle and Bone. And so yeah, there's a review for that. I did buy one book, and that was more of a novella, and that is Dead Letter Days by Kelly Armstrong. And this is like a prequel novella to the Haven's Rock series, which is a spin-off series from the Rockton series. And you could see it as a like afterward to the Rockton series or a prequel to the Haven's Rock series. It is told from, I just forgot his name, the sheriff's perspective. So Casey's boyfriend's perspective. Dalton. Sheriff Dalton? I don't know why I'm blanking on his name. Anyways, from Dalton's perspective, and it gives a lot of his history. It was very well done. It's a nice lead in to the Haven's Rock series. So I liked it very much. You're getting many reviews again. All right, so then I got a number of books for my birthday, and most of these are graphic novels. I tend to ask for graphic novels for my birthday because I like to read them in physical format, but I don't like to spend money on them. The first one I got is Monotone Blue by Nagabe. Nagabe also wrote the Girl from the Other Side, which I really loved. I have read this. I really liked it. It's kind of like, I would say like contemporary fiction romance, but they're like beast animals in here, so like maybe fantasy contemporary. It's about these two characters. One is a cat guy who is just kind of bored with everything. The other one is a lizard guy who is, you know, he's very different from everybody, so he gets picked on a lot. They end up finding some connections and becoming friends and maybe something more. So I really enjoyed this a lot. Whoa, almost knocked everything over. It's full of all of Nagabe's, like, let's see if I can find something I can show a picture of without giving away. I mean, it's really well written in the same style that, you know, normally does, a little bit more modern than The Girl from the Other Side as far as style goes, but very well done, very enjoyable. I think I ended up giving it 4 out of 5 stars. All right, the next two I got, I asked for these in paper because I read the first one in paper, and I tend to like to read a whole series either in paperback or ebook, so I know it's weird, but I did get the rest of the Poppy War trilogy. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. I just like forgot the name of the series. Anyways, the Poppy War trilogy. So I got Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. I really like the Poppy War, so I'm excited to read the second book. And then I got the third book, The Burning God. So those are the 2 Poppy War books I finally got. And then the next 2 were also graphic novels or mangas. This is a manga. This is called Witches, the Complete Collection by Daisuke Igarashi, and I probably said that wrong, but it's a whole bunch of short stories relating to witches. So I don't know. It's something I've had on my wish list for a while, and I really wanted to get it, and so I got it for my birthday. And then the last one that was a birthday gift is the new series by Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. They also did the Monstrous series, which I've really been enjoying. And that is the first book in the Night Eaters graphic novel series called She Eats the Night. Again, really enjoy the illustration style and generally the stories of this author illustrator duology, or team, whatever you want to call it. I don't know how many books are planned for this. I haven't read this yet, but I will be reading it soon, and I'm very excited to start a new series by this team. All right. Then I did get two audiobooks that I borrowed from the library. The first one was Revelator by Daryl Gregory. Daryl Gregory also wrote Pandemonium, which I read and had enjoyed. Revelator is kind of a historical uh, fantasy set in the 1940s and then like 1930s. I believe it's set in the South, and it's about a young woman. You kind of jump back and forth in this young woman's stories from when she was a kid and she was undergoing communion with her family's god called the Ghost Daddy, and then when she's an adult and she's making her living as a bootlegger, and for some unknown reason she has fled her family and the family's god. So I'm gonna be honest, it was okay. I didn't like it that much. It's really, really, really slow moving, and I didn't really like the characters, and I just didn't like it very much. The second audiobook that I got is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. Again, listen to this on audiobook. I just finished it yesterday. I really like this. It was right up my alley. It's about a woman professor who studies fairies, who goes out to this like very desolate winter northern like small town area to finish her encyclopedia on fairies, because nobody has studied these winter fairies, and she's going to go do that. She has a fellow professor named Bamblebee who just constantly annoys her, but he comes out as well to help her despite her not wanting any help on this. She's very independent and really likes to spend time with herself. And then Bamblebee comes out and he's very like charismatic and crazy, and the two of them are very funny, and he kind of gets the whole town involved in everything because he's just that kind of guy. You find out a lot of secrets of his and some secrets of Emily's, and it all ties into kind of the fairy research. I really enjoyed it. It's very cute and fun and cozy, and there's a bit of romance, kind of, and it was just like a very fun, casual, diversionary read. So I would recommend that if you're into like cozy fantasy and you really like. It reminded me a little bit of like Marie Breenan's one about the lady who goes out and studies dragons, which I'm blinking on the name. I'm just having name trouble. But yeah, that one as well. And I did also borrow 3 books from the library. Actually, 2 books from the library and 1 from Kindle Unlimited. The first book I borrowed from the library is The Beast Warrior by Nahoka Uhash, which again said that wrong, but this is the second and final book in the Beast Player duology. I did not like this as much as the Beast Player. The Beast Player is all about the main character like learning about nature and science and dragons, and then getting involved and like figuring out how to take care of, not dragons, beasts, which I think they're kind of like flying wolf creatures. I always had trouble like picturing what they were. And the second book is set quite a bit later. I think it's like 10 years later. So she's an adult now. She has a family, but she gets drawn into a war where they want to use the beasts against the Toto, which are like, I think, sea serpents. Again, it was never super clear to me from the description. So this book, this Beast Warrior book, was a lot more politically motivated. Like, she's an adult. She's trying to stop a war. It wasn't as much as this fun, like, adventure, science, discover about animals thing. It was more about politics. So it was well done, but I didn't enjoy it nearly as much as the first book in the duology, The Beast Player. And then I did borrow Murder at Havens Rock, which is the first book in the Havens Rock series. I mentioned I also bought the prequel novella. And this is by Kelly Armstrong. I did also just finish that. Really loved it. If you like the Rockton series, it's similar. It's again kind of like a murder mystery thing, a kidnapping mystery, and they have to solve this all, but they're in their new town that they're building for, refugees. And I always enjoy the characters in that. There's some great new characters added, and if you're into kind of like survival mystery thriller stuff, set in like the wilderness, I think that's a great. I thought Rockton was a great series, and I think I'm really liking Havens Rock as well. And then the third book I got from the library is The House Witch, Book 2 by Delum Hoch. I don't know how you say that name either. But I did read and finish the first House Witch book. Again, very much cozy fantasy. It's about a witch who's trying to hide his powers, and he's a house witch, so he specializes in like making a place feel like home. And he gets a job at the Royal Kitchens, and he's trying to hide that he's a witch. Unfortunately, he gets drawn into all these people's problems and into politics and involved with the king and all this stuff. And it's very humorous and funny and cute. And there's a little romance and a lot of magic. And it was just very much another cozy fantasy, which I've really been enjoying. So there you go. Those are I think it was 12 books that I got in the last month-ish or so. I have a few minutes. I can do a quick, like update on what's going on, even though I'm recording this one first. It'll probably post after my best books of July. Yeah, I've been busy. I started my new job the last week of July, or the second to last week of July. And then the next week I went on vacation. We went to Gen Con. Gen Con was very, very fun. We did a lot of great things there. Very, very busy. We had events pretty much from like 8 or 9 in the morning till like 9 at night. Lots of running around, and then I came back from that. Sunday we drove, so it was like an 11-hour drive back home, and then I went to work right away. So I've been going into the office 3 days a week. So it's been and then I've just kind of been running around, and now I'm trying to like get caught up on some personal stuff this weekend. Honestly, I like things pretty like organized and in control, and things are just generally fairly chaotic, like everything from our budget and bills to laundry to other commitments. My son, it's end of August, so we're ramping up. He's going to be starting school, so there's all that stuff like school pictures and yearbooks you have to buy and school supplies, although he doesn't need as much of that. And parking permits now is here because he's driving. So there's just a lot going on, and it's very chaotic right now. So I'm trying to do a couple videos this month, but it's honestly one of the last things on my mind. I am still trying to get some book reviews posted, but whatever. Things will eventually calm down. I think part of it is like for work, I'm not really into any sort of routine yet. I'm still going between all of Cargill's different locations, and I don't really have a permanent spot yet. I'm just, going between their corporate headquarters and their lab locations and home, and still trying to keep up some correspondence with people through 3M and meet them for lunch, which I have not been very successful of. And then I have a whole bunch of people I know on the west side of the cities. They're like, oh, now that you're over here, we should meet for lunch and stuff. And I haven't really been able to handle setting that up either. So, and I'm still trying to do like, weightlifting and my exercise and all of that. So, yeah, it's just been a lot. And a lot of it is not even like that there's huge time crunches. It's just me trying to get my brain around everything, right? Like trying to learn the organization and meet people and figure out the job and what needs to be done and what the asks are, all of that. I'm working also with another very, very international team. So when I meet people, I need to try to figure out like, okay, where is this person? I think in the last week I've met with people from Turkey, France, Belgium, Netherlands, Brazil. There's probably UK, different parts of the country in the US as well. So it's a lot to like wrap your mind around and start keeping track of all of that, especially since I was like not working the last 6 weeks. So I was like working out, taking a nap, reading, just kind of hanging out, and now trying to get everything back engaged has been a little challenging, but things will settle down and there'll be more of a routine again at some point. Anyways, with all that being said, I hope that you also got a lot of great books to read this last month, and I wish you a happy month of reading. I'll be continuing to try to do like a best books of the month and then stacking the shelves once a month, but I'm not going to promise any more of that for now. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.